All right, let's go. Oh, good job. Now we wait. Don't forget to wave at them. Shall we pick this up for someone?
Yes.
All right, you gonna help me?
Yes.
Okay, come on, help me. Ready?
I'll get the hose.
1, 2, 3, go. There we go. Okay. There you go. Okay, garbage man. You got the garbage? Let's go.
I have to go pick the other one over there.
Well, that one's already standing. We only picked this one up because it fell.
No, I have to go get the
Well, let's keep walking. Yeah, you can pretend. He's pretending to be a garbage man. So for all you garbage men out there that don't think that there's kids that have aspirations to do your job, here's one right now. Because we are very thankful for your service. You got a park? Why you need a park? Why you need to park? Where are you going? We still got a ways to go. We're going around the block, kiddo. Oh, you have an itch on your head. Okay. All right, let's go, garbage man. We don't have much snow this year here in Alaska, where I'm at anyway. We only got a couple inches. This happens every few years. Hi, Mila. This happens every few years where we don't get much snow in December. This time last year we had over 2 feet. And here you could still see.
Dada, do I hear a bird?
I don't hear any cars. You can still see some of the ground poking through. So just one of those years is what it is. We'll probably get some in, let's see, typically January is our coldest month, so we probably won't get any then. February too.
No birds here.
Yeah, no birds. March we'll probably get dumped on. Well, let's keep going. Come on, there's people watching. They want to see our neighborhood in Alaska. Keep going, garbage man. Here we go. Let's pretend. Go ahead, load up the garbage. You don't need to open it. That's not our garbage. Just pretend. Just pretend. All right, thank you. We're coming up on one of my favorite properties in our neighborhood. I wish I could buy it. I'm kind of waiting for it to go on sale. It's this little tiny cabin. This must have been a cabin a while ago before this turned into a big neighborhood. Watch for cars, please. But I would love to buy this little lot. It looks like about maybe 2 acres. I would love to just remodel this little cabin and turn it into like a Airbnb. All right, here we go. Hopefully this is not too loud. Our day is going wonderful. It is about 11:30 in the morning here in Alaska. Taking the kid on his morning exercise because he doesn't have school all week. So he thinks he gets to get away from school activities, but we're still gonna be doing some stuff this week to keep that brain going, right? So now we're coming up on kind of like an unpaved portion of the neighborhood. You can see the mountains in the distance. I wonder if I can zoom. Can I zoom? There you go. So yeah, this is the property I wish I could buy. I just live down the street this way. But this little cabin would be cool to remodel and kind of fence in this whole area. Look at this, man. Gardening for days. And he wanted to bring his truck. He insists on pushing it rather than riding in it and having me push it. So whatever floats his boat. It was pretty windy last night. It's calming down now. Where I live in Alaska, we can get some pretty wicked winds. About 4 or 5 years ago, we had like 100 mile an hour, 110 gusts. It was destroying everything. I had a gigantic tree on my house. My boiler stopped working because it didn't stop working. The power went out. And then the pipes froze. It was a $14,500 mess. It's great. Thank goodness for insurance, right? Keep her going, garbage man. He's pretending to be the garbage guy. For all the folks that left their cans out, but we only had 2. So still a little breezy. I want to say it. I haven't looked at the temperature, but it feels like maybe 23, maybe 26. Probably feels like 19 with about a 5 mile an hour wind. That's my 37 years of living in Alaska, just instinct right now. I don't want to exit out of the screen. I hope it's not too loud for you guys with his tires grinding. If it is, someone say something. We're just doing a neighborhood walk, getting some exercise for today. We're burning calories, getting ready to open gifts in a few days. Daddy went through, Mommy and Dad went through almost 2 rolls of tape last night, assisting the elves in wrapping gifts. And he can't hear a dang thing I'm saying right now, so it's all good. We got any cars coming? I'm talking to about 7 people right now. Yep. You want to say hi? No? Oh, okay. There you go. Keep her going. Keep her going. These folks just put up this pretty sweet fence. I want to do this for my property, but I'm on like almost 2 acres. Problem is my lot isn't. That's not our house. Come on. This is an old house. Like, it's really unique looking. Come on. Anyways, what was I saying? I love the fence in my property, but mine's not flat like this. I live next to a bluff. It would be, I could do it. It would just be tough to incorporate everything, but it would be pretty sweet. And then we're coming up on a newer house that's in the process of fencing in their yard. Now, the cool thing about a lot of Alaskan neighborhoods, we do have like suburb type thing, like neighborhoods where you could literally, piss on the neighbor next to you. But this neighborhood in particular, everyone has about 1.5 to 5+ acres. And that's what I love about neighborhoods like this. Like, you actually have space. As you can see coming up, these guys, they just cleared a lot of the trees on their lot, which I'm a big fan of trees. I have a decent sized lot and a lot of trees that could come down and I could expand my space. But I like my privacy. But to each their own. These guys are building their fence. Hey, we're gonna go left here, okay, bud? We're gonna go by the crazy house. He calls it the crazy house. I'll explain on the way. Once we pass it. This is not it. It's next to them. Keep her going, keep her going. So these guys are building a pretty cool fence. I'm jealous. Yep, look at that view. Most of us have $1 million view, to be honest. We're coming up on the crazy house. And I'll kind of do a quick explanation about the crazy house. It's kind of funny. I feel like it's old, like neighbor feuds that don't go on anymore. Like it doesn't happen much anymore, or maybe it does. I don't know. So the story is this house and that one through the trees. This is a new owner, but the previous owner decided to build a fence, and they had their property line measured out. And turns out their property kind of went actually further into this guy. So they built up a fence. This guy got pissed off, thinking that was his property line. Keep in mind, this is over probably like 8 inches. And so he set up along this brown fence all kinds of like Halloween gory decor. There's still some hanging right now. I'll show you. He had Christmas lights spelt out to like they voted for Biden, blah, 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 blah. And they had like mannequins and stuff in the windows that would look down into their property. Now just picture Halloween type things. So you have stuff like that, but it was all over this fence, and he had cameras pointing every which direction. And there was a news story where they interviewed this lady, explained what happened, and then these people saw the news story and then went on like the radio and like gave their part of the story. And yeah, it was this whole thing. Like he's got, look, fake femur. That might actually be a moose femur. That's a real bone actually. Stuff like that. Like, yeah, Area 51. Anyways, yeah. That's why he calls it the crazy house. Come on, bud. Let's keep it going. Oh, he wants to go slow for you guys so we can see the crazy house. Let's not say that out too loud, all right, buddy? They have a very nice house, a very awesome view. I'm trying not to like film it. I don't want them to see me recording. Yeah, you know, we're just showing the neighborhood, right? Showing the neighborhood. Come on, bud. They got a great view of it. Come on, let's go. Let's keep moving. Mama's waiting. They got a great view. If that house ever goes up for sale, I'm buying it in a heartbeat. It probably has a lot of work to be done inside because I'm not sure how old it is, but sometimes when you got to take opportunity of $1 million views, you just got to do it and put up with the work that follows. There's a lot of random houses here. A lot of nice houses in this neighborhood and a lot of ones that need a little work. No HOAs, thank goodness. I'm okay with that. Can't deal with HOA Karens. They're all the same. But it does come with kind of a price where people can just do whatever they want in their yards. That's why I keep my trees. I keep my place nice and groomed. They can't see me. I can't see them for the most part. It's awesome. A little breezy on this portion. Appreciate you guys tuning in. It's kind of random, nothing exciting here, just going on a daily walk with the kiddo in our lovely state of Alaska, waiting for Santa. Santa is about 6 hours drive from us at the actual North Pole. We have been there. At this point in time, he is probably giving all the reindeer some extra calories. He's probably on the treadmill right now. He's probably working up a sweat and working up an appetite for all those cookies that you guys are gonna have waiting for him. Me personally, I have chocolate chip cookies and a bottle of Jameson waiting for Santa. So if he misplaces your presents, you can blame me because he got a little buzz. Got a little buzz going on, but the man's been doing it for how long? Give him a break. Yesterday, I believe, was winter solstice, which means here in Alaska, we're going to start getting a little bit more daylight. Just a couple minutes here and there at the end of each day, and it's only going to get brighter from this point on. Right, bud? Are you checking for cars? He's very vigilant when it comes to walking. All right, let's keep going. We're almost home. We're almost home. We got people watching. We got people liking. We don't really go live. I just kind of started this whole YouTube thing. This account I've had for like 20 years. But I figured I would do like parenting and Alaska stuff. Very casual stuff when I have time, you know, parent life. If you guys want to subscribe, that would be awesome. I answer funny questions that we hear all the time when people find out that we're from Alaska. I do kind of, I give very unique answers. I'll just put it that way. Not mean, just funny. Most folks pick up on the sense of humor. Some don't. It's all good. And he's pushing. We're getting our morning exercise. Like I said before, he thought he was going to get a break from school this coming week. But we still do some physical activity. And then we're gonna go back inside here soon because he likes watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the old one, the OG. So I live on about an acre and a half. I have a fully furnished rental above my garage, a very high ceiling, 750 square foot studio apartment, everything you need. Private deck, about 615 square foot deck I just finished last year. Still got a little bit of cosmetic work on the outside that I'm working on. What's up, bud? So if anyone's ever interested in visiting Alaska, particularly where I'm at, I do have a rental. It mostly caters to traveling nurses and doctors in that field that come up for, you know, 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks, sometimes 6 months. All utilities included. I don't know why I felt like telling you guys that, just, you know, throwing it out there. Giving you some adventure ideas if you ever want to make your way to Alaska. I do recommend coming at the end of May, first couple weeks of June. If you want fairly good weather, it's kind of a toss-up. Normally that's our nicest time of year, where it's high 60s, low 70s. Blue sky most of the time. Everything's green, kind of lime green. That turns to its normal green because that's kind of end of spring. My favorite time of year. We're coming up on our property now. See, I got this long driveway. Perfect line of sight from the deck. Thinking about knocking some of these trees down because it's fairly flat here. I'm going to put some garden beds. I built a bunch of garden beds over the summer between my house. What I mean by that, I'll show you in a minute. So this one on the left, I still got to add some siding. There used to be a greenhouse on the old deck that attached to the house, and I tore all that down, so I got to buy matching siding. But my rental is located above that. It's very nice. My wife and I put a lot of work into it. And then my house is that one in the back. What you got? What you got going on? Oh, he's got to go park. I popped up some garden beds in between. This is kind of like our fire pit hangout area. That's a sandbox. I built the kiddo. There's a garden bed. That's kind of a little garden planter, or not a garden bed, it's a planter. I'm gonna put a sunflower there next spring. I got garlic in that little one low to the ground. That one right there, I don't have anything in it. I'll probably put onions. I got room to build a little bit more. Hey, you wanna go on the deck and try to show everyone the view? You wanna go on the deck? I'm going on the deck. I don't know what you're talking about. These trees have grown probably, 20 feet in the last 12 years. Oh, you got your lawnmower. Smart. This neighbor is visible during the winter when the leaves are gone. When it's grown in, you can't see him. So this deck, I'm thinking about cutting these down, but like I said, I do like my trees. But when I bought the place, you could see those mountains way better. Thank you, Diana, sorry. I don't know why I read it that way. But this is practically the view from my living room. As you can see right here. And that's my rental. That's the garage. That's where I do all my podcasting in the garage, which is starting up next month. I got 2 podcast shows. One I talk about a little bit of everything, and the other one I talk about parenting. The parenting one is called Instructions Not Included. And then the other one is called Small Town Famous, Coffee, Bourbon, and the Grit in Between. It used to be about politics and news. Coffee in the morning, bourbon at night, and we talk about everything that happened in between. I'm still deciding what direction I want to go with it. Probably a little bit of everything, as usual. Like I said earlier, we don't have much snow this year. This time last year we had over 2 feet, and you can still see the grass, hence why. You gonna try to mow? You gonna cut the grass? You need help? No, you don't need help. What am I talking about? So yeah, if you guys are into Alaska stuff, parenting stuff, and me being funny when I feel like I need to be funny, shoot me a subscription. For the most part, kid friendly, a lot of adult humor. That's where I'm gonna go with this. Like I said, I've had this YouTube account for like 20 years. I'm like, you know what? There's YouTube Shorts now, and I don't like TikTok too much, so. Yep, we're kind of wishing we had more snow, but also at the same time, it's like, it's kind of nice not being buried. I'll tell you what, though, this is not the worst I've seen it. Probably 9 years ago, I can tell you the exact date. 9 years ago on January 27th, I mowed the lawn because there was absolutely no snow. And yes, it was frozen and there wasn't anything growing. Honestly, 80% of that decision was I just wanted people to hear the crank of the motor of the lawnmower in January. And I did have a bunch of leaves still. So it gave me the opportunity to kind of groom the lawn on January 27th. There'll be a Facebook post popping up here soon because I took a picture of me mowing. Yeah, a little difficult. Keep trying. Don't ever give up. Find another way. This is the most folks I've had tuned in, guys. Now I'm stumbling over my words. Yeah, I did garlic in that little one as a tester. I planted 9 garlic bulbs last year. Actually, let me go down. I'm getting into it, so I'm new to it. So if there's any garden experts, that's actually probably something I'll start throwing on the channel once I get pretty good at, gardening stuff. Doing a great job there, boy. I built that, put garlic in it. I had like 9 bulbs. Just wanted to see if I can do it. Now, normally you plant before the first freeze. You let it sit all winter, and it starts growing on its own in the spring. And then you pull it. There's different methods to find out when it's time to pull garlic, but I pulled mine, I think, in September. And it gave me like 70 bulbs. So I filled that one up. So you can kind of see the 3 rows. There's actually about 55 garlic bulbs in there. And then those were green onions that I cut them down in the fall, and they insisted on continuing. Like, they just kept growing through the snow. Yeah, but hey, our little gnome fell. Can you pick him up and put him back on the rock? I think Roman did it. He hit it with his doggy tail. This is like a little rock garden area that I built up. This whole rock wall I stacked by hand. That's your home? Yeah. And then this little area up here, I'm going to clear next summer. I was going to do it this summer, but I sometimes overwhelm myself, probably ADHD. I'm going to clear it, and it's going to be potato fields, or a potato field, I guess. It'll look like a Vietnamese rice paddy. There's a little shed back there. That was there originally when I bought the place. I want to demolish that probably next summer too. And we got a lot of dead trees. This is a dead spruce tree. We get spruce beetles. I got a couple of them on the property I got to cut down. We'll use that as firewood. Very beautiful and ugly at the same time. Yes. It is much better when we do have snow and the trees are all white. But like I said, this winter, she's a warm one in comparison. Yeah, like it was raining last night, for example. So, what are you doing, Bo? Oh, okay.
Daddy,
Yes, sir.
where is my rainbow rock?
Your rainbow rock? I don't. It's somewhere in there. Someone every now and then comes by with like painted rocks, and they leave them in our yard, and he finds them. So there's a rainbow one. There's that one. It's probably in there somewhere. It's probably buried in the snow. We'll have to wait till summer, bud. Yep, this was a project house I bought 12, 13 years ago. Came with the rental, which has been a godsend. It's actually 1.67 acres, 3-bedroom, 2-bath in mine. And the rental is a big studio apartment, 750 square feet upstairs, about 12-foot ceiling, and then 750 square foot garage. I got it for 172,000. I think as of 3 years ago when I refinanced before everything kind of shit the bed, I went from a 4% 30-year to a 15-year 2.1% right before things got kind of crappy.
I found special.
You found a very special rock, yeah. There's actually about 2 tons worth of rock that Daddy hand stacked. Every single one of these. This is a retaining wall. That's all it is. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I refinanced about 3 years ago. It's a skull. It's Halloween decorations that are frozen to the dirt. I still got to clean it up. I got assessed at about $500,000 about 3 years ago. So I'd say I did pretty good.
I'm going inside.
You want to go inside? You want to be done? Should we say bye to everyone and thank you for watching? Say thank you for watching.
Thank you for
All right, we'll see you next time. Later, guys.